Hello, this week I am delighted to welcome Neil Gottlieb to our virtual studio to find out a little bit more about one of our race captains and get his thoughts on running at this time. Neil, welcome, and tell everybody where you are and share some of your background.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening in. My name is Neil Gottlieb. I live in Bethesda, Maryland, so just outside of Washington, D.C. And I am a business person, so I run an organization that focuses on managing nonprofits and associations. And I've been involved with the Abbott World Marathon Majors for a long time now. One of the original ambassadors when the ambassador program existed back then before it transitioned into the race captain roles. So it's been wonderful to be part of.
So like you said, you became a six-star finisher, Neil, back in 2017 in New York City. Tell us about your journey to that point and some of your best memories from the majors.
Yeah, I love the question. I mean, obviously one of the best memories was finishing New York City in 2017 and getting that beautiful six-star medal. That was such a moment in my life. But my journey actually, I started the six-star journey not knowing I was starting the six-star journey. I was just running the races prior to the medal and this award being something in existence. So, it was something that became very important to me. It became a personal goal to complete. With all the travel and everything else that it encompassed. It wasn't just running the race, it was logistics, it's everything else that the thousands of other six-star finishers watching this now know that goes into finishing the six. Some of my greatest memories are the people that I've met along the journey. I mean, many of the same people who are six-star finishers, we've all seen each other in races. A lot of the former ambassadors, we've become lifelong friends, and we go back over a decade now of knowing each other. So it's definitely been exciting. I mean, but nothing takes the place of finishing New York City and having my family there when I received the medal, finishing all six. But I think also just thinking about all the memories of all the majors and the train that leads up to it and the journeys just to get there, literally and figuratively. It's just been an amazing experience. But it's the people along the way that made the difference to me.
And you've done a couple of them more than once. Mm-hmm. Are you planning in the future to run the majors again? Are they races that you love so much you want to do them? Are you looking to do a round two, perhaps?
Yeah, I am, and I've done, and I sort of have cheated along that way because I've done some of them, multiple times already. So I've done that, but no, it's so once I got the six-star, it became more about what you just asked: is what are those races that I just absolutely have to do again, and I would love to do again. The problem is, it's all of them. So it was really, really hard to determine which ones I wanted to do again because I've done them. Really, really looking forward to going back to Tokyo. One of the reasons was that was not, when I say my best race, I wasn't winning the race, but certainly I didn't feel my best. I was sick prior to it and didn't necessarily have the best enjoyable experience during the race because I was coming off of an illness. And so that one is sort of like a redemption race, if you will. But and that's one I've only done once. And so I'm looking forward to doing Tokyo again when we have the opportunity to do that. Berlin was such a wonderful experience. And of course, Boston, which I've done a few times, but you run one Boston, you run one Boston. So that experience is different every time you step off the bus in Hopkinton. So looking forward to making the rounds again. Now I'm over 50. So when I started this journey in my late 30s, it's a little bit different now. So those times on that poster won't be as fast, but it's okay because it's not about that. It's about the journey.
And the rich experiences that you have along the way. So yeah. How has running helped you over the last few months, Neil? And what has it meant to you during this lockdown time and things are a little bit out of sync?
Yeah, very much out of sync. And though the one thing that is in sync are the things we can control. And one of the things we can control is getting out and taking care of ourselves, our minds, our bodies, eating right, nutrition, sleeping well. But running to me has always grounded me. It didn't take, I ran because I wanted to run. And run initially in my life to be able to win a six-star or go travel the world and run races. I did it because it helped ground me. It's my time to think. It's my time to feel good. There's always, everyone has the expression, they run to eat. I love eating. So I always sort of use running as a way to just kind of keep in shape and still have balance in my life from a nutrition perspective. So during this lockdown time, it is the one thing that has been constant and consistent is running. And, I'm not a run streak guy. I've never have been, just because I understand injuries and I understand myself. So I know downtime is important, but I have participated in a running activity of some sort every day since we got locked down here in Maryland. And it's kept me very, very grounded and balanced, and wouldn't know what I would do without running, to be honest.
I'm with you. I've certainly run a lot more and a lot more days than I would normally, but it's more for mental and mental stimulus and focus, like you say.
100%. Yeah.
Am I right in saying, Neil, that you coach some runners and support them? And if you do, how are you helping them with their running at this time?
Yeah, so it's challenging right now coaching runners, especially some of the runners who had set goals for some of the majors. A runner that comes to mind when you ask the question that I'm coaching, he was a 3:02 runner. He's 51 years old. Has some injuries that pop up from time to time, but we're not getting any younger. And so he was planning on running Chicago coming up this fall, and we were training him and are training him to be sub-3. He was only a couple minutes away from that. And so you have, depending on people's goals and what their objective is, it is a little bit challenging coaching runners right now. I think one of the more important things to remember when you're coaching a runner is control what you can. We won't know what's going to happen. Stay off social media when they're talking about everyone canceling or not canceling. We just don't know. So what we do is we control what we can. And if the worst thing that happens is you're in sub-3 hour shape and a race gets canceled, well, guess what? You're in sub-3 hour shape. You should be darn proud over 50 years old of being there. So again, it's not about the times. I'm just using this particular runner as an example because he's struggling with, do I get started with my training for Chicago? Do we even jump into that? And the answer is yes, you do, because again, the worst case scenario, you're in great shape and you could have done it. And we'll be ready for the next one. So it is challenging coaching during this time, as well as personally running.
Yeah, I know they often say you never regret having gone for a run, but you regret not going for it, right? So it's
100%.
It's the way to be. How do you think, on a wider subject, I know you've been talking about this with your work and other things, how do you think the pandemic is really sort of affecting sports and the wider society, and maybe that mental health aspect that you're coming across with your runners?
Yeah, I think sports in general, because I also coach high school soccer. And I think that generally speaking, I mean, globally, every sport, I think that people will say, and they're right, that this pandemic and what we're going through as a world is more than sports. And I totally get that. But sports provides such an opportunity for communities to get together, for kids to be out and work out and have physical exercise and have something to do outside of school hours. And we're looking at the incredible emotion that we're seeing when races are canceled, running races. We saw it with major league sports being canceled, professional sports, college sports, and the psychology of being a sports fan, being a sports participant, it all sort of goes away. And it's not, again, this is so much bigger than sports, but by missing these races, the passion behind, when we saw Boston being postponed, Berlin being canceled, I have never seen a reaction like that. And it's okay, because that means there's people that are passionate about it, that look forward to that it gives them something to strive for. And it's all about themselves. It's not about proving to anyone else but them and their watch. And so by missing out on sports in general, as we go through this, is certainly having an impact on people's psychology, as well as their fitness and their camaraderie with their teammates. And I can go on for hours about this particular topic, because I think that that is a part of this. It's collateral damage, and I think everyone's probably looking forward to getting back to sports, whether it's running the Boston Marathon or watching their kids play Little League baseball. I think it's going to bring communities back together and provide some consistency and balance in people's lives once again.
Absolutely, and filling that void that people often are feeling now, because like you say, you don't have that sort of constant, the only thing you can control is what you can participate in, but you can't spectate and enjoy others. What's the one thing, Neil, that you're missing most from that running community that you so normally have?
Yeah, well, I love that question because I was thinking about it on Tuesday. You know, I always have my Track Tuesday group that we go out and we do speed work, and what I miss the most about that is I'm the old guy, and so I get pushed by all these 20-something-year-old young people who are out there, you know, pushing me and driving me to be great. So I really miss the group runs. I miss that camaraderie. I miss the trail runs with people. I miss the breakfast and bagels after I'm done with a run with the group, and you know, just the camaraderie that running is. It's one foot in front of the other for all of us. We all are doing the same thing, but at the end of the day, it's so much of an experience as I've gotten older that I miss being with the people that I surround myself with that enjoy this sport, enjoy running just to run, and all the humor that goes along with it, and it definitely keeps me young. So I'm looking forward to getting back to those Track Tuesdays and all those other events that we do as groups.
And I guess then that sets up my final question for you, Neil. I was going to ask what you're most looking forward to, but a better question is, what do you now think that you have perhaps taken for granted in your running previously that you think you will cherish and value more when things return to the new normal?
Yeah, and I like that question too, because one thing that I always, for years, I always thought I just like to run by myself. You know, I really love running solo. It's my opportunity to get out and think, and everything I mentioned in the question you had earlier, and how I'm dealing with this particular situation, moment in time. But then over the years, I started running with groups and different people, and then my kids got older and started running with them, and I realized that it wasn't just about that solo one-on-one, that one person run, that the camaraderie and missing the groups and missing the people that we all share the common challenges of running and friendship that I've made over the years with people. So certainly miss that and realize that careful what you wish for back in the day of just wanting people would call me back, 10 years ago and want to go running. And I'd say, now I'm going by myself, or I'd make some other excuse up to go by myself. Now I won't be doing that again. If anyone wants to go running, as soon as we get the green light, give me a call, because I'm looking forward to getting out there.
I'm with you, Neil. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. You've got such valuable knowledge and words of wisdom, and you're looking like you're in great shape and show no signs of slowing down,
Thank you.
Which is great. So we do hope that we'll see you at one of the majors very soon. And in the meantime, thank you for all the support and encouragement that you give everybody on our Facebook page and the wider running community.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Look after yourself. Bye for now.
You too.